I think the fact that they try to make it, the media tries to make it like there's going to be this monumental thing. I don't think I've ever listened to one song Bad Bunny wrote, and it's just he could be Shakespeare with the mic. I don't know, but I just can't say to my homeboys, "Hey man, put Bad Bunny on."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no. We only listen to Good Bunny or Mild Bunny. Like his name is terrible.
Yeah.
And like I said, he's a weird dude. And every time the Super Bowl halftime show last year also sucked. The year before that, the only time they're really good is when they have a rock and roll band, because rock and roll music sounds good. Somebody lip syncing through a giant speaker doesn't sound good. So I didn't care. Matter of fact, where I was watching the Super Bowl, they switched to the other halftime show.
Yeah.
And I think that did like, what, 5 million or something like that. So clearly, America, you don't have to cry about it. It was the 25 million overall with streaming, but 5 million on the network. Click, and that's it. No more Bad Bunny.
What did you watch wherever you were sleeping?
Well, the Etch-a-Sketch went down. We were sketching out the Super Bowl as fast as we could. I didn't watch, but I did see the fallout from the Sad Bunny show. And I saw some footage that people took in the stands. And he was not having a good show at all.
Really?
Like, no one was dancing, no one was singing along. That's probably why he deleted his Instagram today. It's like he knows it sucked. There's like, it was bad.
Or he got Cardi B pregnant.
Oh, there's that as well. But like, yeah, Latinos didn't know what he was saying. They were like, speak up, I can't understand. The president took to his social media today, and Trump, he's like, he was gonna read some lyrics. And Trump was so messed up. He's like, these are some Bad Bunny lyrics. I don't do Trump, I do Christopher Walken.
Walking Trump.
And here we go, Walken Trump. This year, I don't want sluts. Push it in. They see you with a lot of jewels and they want to stay. Push it in. They see you really active and they want to stay. Push it in. Because you look hot. Because you look hot. Push it in. Me. Completely. Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl.
I'm going to be honest, Greg. If he did that at the Super Bowl, I would watch.
I would watch too. Lionel, dude, I think the thing that bugs a lot of people, we always know when somebody who's, quote, entertaining is also trying to educate us. We don't want it. Like, just keep it separate. I don't want my peas touching my mashed potatoes.
Well, there was an element of instruction in this. Mm-hmm. It's like, this is the incoming language, get used to it. This is not entirely your country anymore. Mm-hmm. And there are people who read it as, and we are taking over. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's such a controversial performance. Otherwise, I don't think we'd be commenting on it very much. But it's en route to press 2 for English.
Yes. Again, though, it's like I said it earlier, it's only 1.9%, not 1.7% of the population is Puerto Rico. There are twice as many Puerto Ricans in the United States as there is in Puerto Rico. So why is the culture so great?
And I guarantee you 85% of them will be like, that doesn't represent me.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I don't think we have to worry about Bad Bunny Civil War. And if we do, boy, that'd be an interesting chapter.
Yes, it would.
United
I would have
States
liked,
versus Bad
instead
Bunny.
of Bad Bunny, I would have liked Rat.
That's a good group,
Old
though.
school.
Get around.
Yes.
Love will find a
I was just trying to think of other rodents. All right, we're moving on.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.